Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to crack a code. Not just any code, but the one that turns a bunch of words into actual, powerful sentences. Ready? Let's dive in. You know that feeling you look at a sentence and it just seems like a random pile of words? Kind of like a puzzle where none of the pieces seem to fit? Well, what if I told you there's a secret and it's not random at all? Yup, there's a secret code, and it's made up of these eight, well, let's call them secret building blocks of language. We call them the parts of speech. Once you get these down, it's like you unlock a superpower to build any sentence you could ever dream of. Okay, so where do we even start? Well, every sentence has to be about something, right? So first up, we need words that actually give things a name. These are like the foundation of our house, the most basic building blocks, nouns and pronouns. Let's start with nouns. It's actually super simple. A noun is just a name. That's it. It's the word we use for any person, any place, or anything. It's how we point to what we're talking about in the first place. And trust me, nouns are absolutely everywhere you look. Think about it. A person, like Ali, a place, like school, a thing, like hockey, or even a job, like a teacher. The rule is easy. If you can put a name on it, chances are it's a noun. Simple as that. Okay, but what happens when you have to say the same name over and over again? It gets kind of clunky, right? Sarah did this, then Sarah did that. Well, that's where our next superpower swoops in to save the day, the pronoun. Think of it like a substitute player in a game. It's a stand-in that makes everything sound way smoother. So instead of saying Sarah is a student and then Sarah is smart, you can just swap it out. Sarah is a student, she is a student. Boom, that little word she just jumped in and did Sarah's job for a second. It's so much cleaner, so much more natural, right? All right, so we've got our naming words, our nouns and pronouns. But right now, they're just kind of sitting there. It's time to make them do something and give them a little bit of flair. And for that, we need our next two superpowers, verbs and adjectives. Okay, verbs. These are the absolute engine of every sentence. They're the action words, the doing words. Without a verb, a noun is just, well, a name on a page. The verb is what gives it life and makes it move. So let's see some of these action words in action. What did the baby do? It smiled. What about the man? He slept. And the girls? They are playing. See, smiled, slept, are playing. Those are the words that tell you what's happening. They totally bring the sentence to life. So, we've got our names and we've got our actions. But let's be honest, it's a little plain. What do these things look like? What are they like? This is where adjectives come in. Think of them as the seasoning. They're the words that add all the flavor, the color, and the awesome details to our nouns. Check this out. Let's build a sentence. Step 1, we have a noun, the clown. Okay, now let's add an action, a verb. The clown laughed. Better. But what kind of clown are we talking about? Let's add an adjective. The funny clown laughed. Ah, see that? Suddenly you have a much better picture in your head. That's what adjectives do. Okay, our sentences are looking pretty good now. But what if we want to level up and add even more detail? Well, we can. It's time to meet the word modifiers, the adverbs. So remember how adjectives describe nouns? Well, adverbs take it a step further. They describe the verbs, the actions. They usually answer the question, how? How did they do it? Did they run quickly? Did they speak slowly? Did they walk quietly? Let's go back to our clown friend. We know the funny clown laughed, but let's get more specific. How did he laugh? He laughed loudly. Whoa. See that? That one little word, that adverb, just added a whole new dimension to the picture. It's pretty cool, right? Okay, team, we've got the main players on the field. The nouns, the verbs, the adjectives, the adverbs. But now we need the stuff that holds it all together. We need the glue. And maybe a little bit of spice. That's where our last group comes in. First up in this group, prepositions. These little guys are all about relationships. They're like tiny little bridge builders in your sentence. They connect words by telling us where or when. Think words like in, on, at, under, before, after. And choosing the right preposition is so important. For real. Check out these examples. Do you have an interest at sports or in sports? Are you talking about a problem with your friend or to your friend? That one tiny word can completely flip the meaning of what you're trying to say. All right, next up, we have the super connector of the group, the conjunction. It has one job and one job only, to join things. It can link words, groups of words, or even entire sentences together. Think of it like a chain. So you have Kieran, and you have Race, two separate people. But throw in the tiny conjunction and, Kieran and Race, and suddenly they're a team. They're connected. That's the power of words like and, but, and or. And last but definitely not least, let's add some personality, some emotion. That's where interjections come in. These are like little bursts of feeling that you just shout out. They're not really connected to the grammar of the sentence. They just pop in to say, hey, I'm surprised, or ouch, that hurts. Wow, that's incredible. Ouch, I stubbed my toe. Hooray, we won. See, these little words, they pack a huge emotional punch. They make our language feel real and alive. And that's it. There you have them, your 8 superpowers of speech. You've got your nouns and pronouns for naming, your verbs for action, adjectives and adverbs for all the juicy details, and prepositions, conjunctions, and interjections to connect it all and give it feeling. This is your complete toolkit for building awesome sentences. So the question isn't what are they anymore? The real question is, now that you've cracked the code, what amazing sentences are you going to build? You've got the keys. The whole world of language is waiting. So go on, get out there and build something incredible. Thanks for tuning in.